talk about what happened with Wyatt yesterday. It's kind of funny in retrospect. It was perplexing at the time. I'm not sure I got frustrated or angry or too worried. I might have said some flickers of worry in there. So my horse got new shoes on 2 days ago, and he two things changed. One is we shot him a little bit early, like a week and a half earlier than usual. It was the way that the schedule fell. I actually thought he was supposed to get shot next week, which would have put him at 6 weeks, and it was really more like 5.5. He was already pretty long, so I felt like that was going to be fine, and actually the shoes look good. So I was like, oh, he already looks better. But I had to switch farriers because my farrier retired, and I got somebody who's great. This is not a comment on the farrier shoeing, because I actually think the shoes might look better than they did before. But I've seen him do this previously in the same circumstance, actually, when I changed horseshoers. He flung his feet for like 45 minutes. He did his funny Spanish walk thing. He kept acting like maybe he was just going to blow up, and then he never really did. He would zone out, and I would get him back. He just wandered around like flipping his front feet at the walk, trot, and canter. He really couldn't canter at first because it would have just been too much. But it was one of the weirdest things, and it was such a long episode. He acted like a horse acts when you put something on their feet that they don't know, that they don't understand. That was what he was kind of doing, and he had his head really low. He was really free through his shoulders, which is you would normally love in most horses, but in this horse, typically that's like the thing that happens before he just blows up. So a super weird response. It'll be interesting to see if he does it again today. I did eventually kind of get him through it. I had to catch him, and then he got real shut down on me. He got lack of willingness to go forward. Wanted to paw instead. Probably what he really wanted to do was rear. I was able to get him through that. I'm not really sure how. But actually it was kind of weird. It was like once I got him through that, he actually started to feel better, and then he just had this nice little trot around the arena, and you're like, okay. And I turned him back loose again, and he was fine. And I was like, okay, so, I mean, basically, anyway, it wasn't the greatest, but at that point, I was kind of taking what I got. So anyway, just a super weird situation to do some pondering about. I actually don't have any thoughts about what might cause that, other than, like, Amy agreed with me. Amy was like, that is really strange behavior. And Jessie was like, I wouldn't worry about it at all. I would just be like, that's why I don't ride that horse, which was one of the thoughts I was having. Well, this is why we don't ride him. It's because he's a little kooky, and there's something just not quite, you can't put well, you kind of can, that he's a basket case. Might not ever know what it is. And I was like, he looks sounder. Like, he doesn't look worse. He looks better than he did. It's very strange. So there's no point to this video other than to say he's a very odd horse, and it'll be interesting to see what he presents today.